Friday. Fired up on a Friday here in Jersey. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. And Halloween is over.
No more Halloween.
No more Halloween.
I bought a pumpkin and never carved it, so now I just have a random single pumpkin in my house.
So
with
do I.
No other Halloween decoration.
Me too. And I broke the stem off it.
You did.
It was an accident.
I was thinking I could still save this pumpkin for I guess Thanksgiving decor.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. So
Sure. Why not? It's very Thanksgiving-y. We're gonna put that pumpkin outside on the porch at some point. And well, listen, it's Thanksgiving season. So happy Thanksgiving. I'm the first one to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Welcome to Fired Up on a Friday. This is a hot topic. It's burning a hole through LinkedIn.
Before we get to that, though.
Before we get to that, let's talk some other stuff.
Let's wait for some more people to come in. So, speaking of Thanksgiving, I
Yes.
have a social media challenge for you because I know you love to post a lot.
Yeah.
I think every day you should post one thing that you're grateful for every day until
Whoa.
Thanksgiving.
It's a lot of things.
I know.
I can find something to do with that. So that could be a good challenge for all of us, actually.
For all of us in the Fed group?
Yeah. You don't have to do it every day, but as you're going through your days and your weeks, let's see some of the things you're thankful for.
Thankful Thursdays.
There you go. Hashtag Thankful Thursdays. See how things just happen when we start talking? Hashtag Thankful Thursdays. You guys and gals out there, share with us what you're thankful for every Thursday leading up to Thanksgiving. And maybe perhaps Thanksgiving Day, which is a Thursday, you'll post a picture of yourself with your family, and you'll be thankful for that.
Fed family.
Fed family.
Look at that. We got so many things rolling here.
Ah,
Taz is here. He says, Happy Friday.
freaking Freak Out Friday with Taz Sutherland in the building. Man, there is a lot to be thankful for. And one of those things, before we jump into this as well, I think is FedCon. And we have to get in touch with Mr. Stu.
I did yesterday. I sent.
Did he say anything?
No.
All right, I'm going to shoot him a message too.
Good.
And we'll hit him from both angles. We want to be able to release that. We have to get some panels together. That's something I know we want to do. That's going to be a driver. We got to get some manufacturers involved on that. So that's something. If you're a manufacturer and you're watching, we're going to be putting at least 2 panels together. One would be actual, manufacturer service partnership chatter. I think we can cover a few different things in there. One of them being one of the topics we'll probably talk about today, which is technical support. And this is not something that was weighing heavily on my mind, honestly, in recent times. I mean, I know there was an issue with the guys, but the technicians in the room yesterday morning were not happy for a lot of different reasons with the industry in general. Now, we all know there's shortages, labor shortages. We know there's supply chain issues. We know there's all that stuff going on. This was going on pre-pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something new. So has it gotten a little worse? It's gotten worse. And, I want to tread lightly because I don't want to get myself into any kind of trouble here. But I'm here to talk. The Fired Up is about talking about issues in the food equipment industry. That's what we do. And, we're not here to attack anyone or make it or be negative. We want to find solutions. And how do you find solutions? You talk about them. So we're just checking to see some numbers here. If you're here with us, jump in the comments. Let me know you're here. Chime in at any time you'd like. Let us know your thoughts. If you're watching the replay, do so as well. We could still see your comments. We could still jump in and have a conversation. Where to begin? So I'll just start with the breakfast yesterday morning. Company breakfast here in Jersey. Got the whole crew together one last time before the year ends to kind of talk about where we've been, where we are. And it came about, as we're talking about. So I brought up something called time management. And that's one of the ways we're going to, that I put for our ability to grow. We have to have better time management. That all comes into play as well. And that opened up a conversation to some of our senior technicians getting pretty vocal.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked and blown away because I didn't see it coming.
Because you came at it from one angle.
Yeah.
And then they brought it from a totally other angle.
Yeah. I mean, and basically what I was talking about, we're looking at obviously call volume. We're looking at completed calls daily. And, how can we listen? And in any time you're in business in general, you want sales. But when you're in growth mode and you're adding technicians and you're adding operations and you're adding staff in general, you need sales. Sales trumps everything, every time, every day of the week. You always look to the sales. How do we increase our revenue? How do we stretch our profitability? We need to get more calls done every day. That's for sure. If we have guys that are averaging 2 calls a day, how do we get them to average 3 calls? Let's not get crazy. How do we get them to average 3 calls a day? If we have guys doing 3, how do we get them to average 4? What can we do to assist with this? What's slowing them down? What's holding them back? There could be a lot of different reasons. These are things we're going to have to sit down individually and talk about, but I was talking on it from a larger scale for the whole company because we're not doing one-on-ones. This is a big conversation. And this is kind of where it was like, well, Rich, it's kind of hard to go on to the next call and do this when you're on hold for 45 minutes. And that's where the conversation began to blow up. And I said, well, let's talk about it, guys. We're ahead of schedule here. What do you got? And so you start hearing things, and we have some footage of that, honestly.
Yep.
We'll
include that in the blog.
We'll do our best to, again, not to get myself in trouble or anything else. It's just these are hot topics, and again, fired up. That's what we do here, and it's facts. We're spitting facts. Some of it's opinionated, but this right now is fact. These guys are on hold for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and they have been told you can't leave site because you got to get an authorization number. That's just one instance. If you leave site and you don't get an authorization number, we don't pay you. And if we do for those instances, we got to fight and struggle. Why didn't he call? Well, he did call, but he was on hold for 45 minutes, and I have other customers I got to get to. So what do we do? What do we do in that situation?
So Taz actually commented here. What about a tech support company? The company sponsored extra staff training for phone support. Extra staffing and training for phone support.
Is it so? Yeah. Is this along the lines of what I had said yesterday? You think?
I think so.
So.
Here we go. He says, I have some perspective from a hotline manager as well on this. This would be a great conversation. Lots of things to put in for Erlang calculations.
Taz.
Boy, he's throwing words at us that we've never heard before.
We not on that level. It's too big word.
Never heard of this.
It's my baby voice.
Quinn says, I'm in for that. Gladly be available for remote tech support.
So check this out, guys. And I can't put this out there.
You can't.
But they're talking about it. I gotta put it out into the stratosphere of what I know it's gonna be stolen if I say it.
Yeah, don't say it. We'll talk about it with Taz.
We'll talk about this on the QT. We have.
Because if you put that out there, you're gonna put more work on us right now.
Yeah.
Rich, we're only 2 people.
True, but this kind of puts work on other people.
I see that.
But we would have to facilitate the whole thing,
Yes.
and that would not be easy. And this also might be monetary for people. I mean, if you want tech support, support that you would pay for, versus free support. Now, what is it worth to somebody to paying for that support? A minimum of $19.99 for 15 minutes. And you get, whatever tech support. I don't know. I'm just telling, would you pay for it if you can get it done in 5 minutes, or would you? Is it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you're wasting 45 minutes, which can equate to $100 an hour, or more.
And Chris says he actually gives tech supports to his viewers very often. They email and message me often.
Yeah, I think would
a chat feature be faster than a phone support?
Could be.
Just thoughts. Wow. So now comments are coming in. We also need a way to grab common questions and put them in a database to Google. Oh God, no, I'm fired up.
Yeah. See, this is one of those things because that the industry is feeling, and like I said, excuse me, these issues were happening pre-pandemic. So this is not, pandemic problem stuff. This was happening. And that's what the guys were saying yesterday.
And we do have another idea from LinkedIn user. Manufacturers to offer support ticket text email line that kicks off chain of events, just like an IT support ticket tracking system.
Absolutely. That's something that could work in relation to like the chat feature, or if maybe it's off hours, it opens up a ticket.
Yeah.
It could be something like that. I mean, but I think here's one of the things that the guys were talking about yesterday. They're not getting the manufacturer anymore.
Hmm.
I think that's where they were kind of getting aggravated. Rich, and this is not, again, I'm not pigeonholing any manufacturer, I'm just in general, for the bulk of a lot of this stuff, they're not getting the manufacturer anymore. And they're going, Rich, not only are we waiting, we're getting someone that's going to pick up on the line. I'm like, hello, am I actually talking to the manufacturer, or am I just talking to someone that is representing the manufacturer? And they're like, well, you're talking to someone that's representing the manufacturer. We're not actually the manufacturer. And then once they've waited on hold for that long, they're like, oh God,
Yeah.
I know more than this person.
So more comments here. Chris says, I actually have been thinking about this and have some interesting ideas on how to solve it, but I got to figure out how to get the funding to do it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing too, right? Because you're right. The funding, this is not something we could just be like, okay, let's do this. There's a lot of stuff on the back end that it would take to make something like this actually happen. So, and listen, I said, we're putting together the Fed membership, and of course, that's going to be a paying membership. That's going to have a lot of perks and a lot of value behind it. So is something like this doable?
And something that
Yes.
you would want to see behind.
And something that you would want to see behind a Fed membership, where I kind of would call it, like FSN, Fed Service Network, and we actually get to help each other in the field.
And then
Creating that database that would have common questions and things, and maybe we could even record a lot of the common questions that people are talking about privately, as long as they say no problem. And then we could put that in the FAQ section. And
speaking of FAQs, so Jason says a service FAQ by manufacturer that is searchable.
Something, Jason, that is probably the simplest step to start it. Building a database that's searchable. That's probably the easiest way to do it before we start talking about like Chris, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Before Chris.
Like Chris, like that's the things we're talking about is major. The database that could be built. That's much simpler. When we're talking words and search and stuff like that, much simpler.
And Chris Rowling, you do have a point. We need the manufacturer buy-in too.
Yeah, we do.
And he said, let's make an app for that. And Taz says, chat is always faster. A support person can talk to 4 to 5 people at a time versus a phone call. Plus, all chat systems can send images as well. So one person can help up to 5 people at a time.
Okay.
Rich is going over to put more stuff on the board here.
All right. I think my head's spinning a little here with excitement, actually.
VIP membership in terms of the Fed membership, I do see that as being part of a VIP membership.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. We have some serious stuff to talk about for that. But in the meantime, again, I'm going back to this topic where, the technicians were saying, okay, am I getting the manufacturer or am I getting someone else? Someone that's looking at the same diagram as me, that's going to look at the same troubles. I did all that already. Basically they're saying I'm calling for tech support after I've exhausted all my efforts to figure this out. That's why I'm calling. These guys are working on these things every single day for the last 10, 15, 20 years. They know how to run diagnostics. They know how to do the process of elimination. They know how to do whatever they have to do. Once they, listen, we're not, like I said, we're not, and Quentin even talked about it. You could be in this industry a long time and it's through their eyes. You'll always come across something you've never seen before, because that's just the way. And listen, there's so many variables that could happen when you're working on a piece of equipment. You're not going to see it all, and you can't be naive to think that. You have to be really humble and understand you have not seen it all. I have not seen it all. So when they're reaching out, they're already at that point. So to get someone on the other end of the phone that they were expecting that would know the action, really, really know it, versus someone that's just looking at a diagram in a book and stuff like that, or whatever it might be, they don't get anywhere. And there's also problems within that of getting correct part numbers they were talking to us about, because I actually brought up one of the things is that we're ordering a lot of incorrect parts. What's happening? Well, Rich, the problem is that you can go get tech support, but they're not good at giving part numbers. We get wrong part numbers from whoever that is there, or whatever they said. I don't know exactly how they said. I go back to the tape, but those part numbers, you have to go to parts ID. Parts ID doesn't get the right part. That's what I think they said. The parts identification call versus the tech support call. They'd rather get it from the tech support person than whoever the parts ID is, because they really don't know. I don't know. It's all convoluted. It's all craziness. They just missed it. Basically, they were saying, Rich, we missed the days when we used to call XYZ and we got the guy in the warehouse, in the factory. He knew the equipment. We were in and out. We were on the phone in 90 seconds or less, and we kept it moving. He said, our time, you're talking about time management. Do you know how much time we spend on the phone? And we don't even get, I have a text message. I don't know if I read this yesterday.
I think you did read it.
But I'll bring it back up again. So one of our guys sent me a thing after the meeting. Perfect example. Waiting for blank. Multiple messages left. No return yet. Tried this person. Tried that person. Told by tech support to call. Told by someone to call regular tech support. Call this place. And then heading to another call now. Maybe that was an hour later, heading to another call now. Maybe I'll get a call back. Who's paying for this time? I am. The company is, rather. We pay for it. I can't. And listen, we do. You can build a customer.
I'm sorry, the comments that are coming in right now, because this is getting people really heated.
Yeah, I mean, you can build a customer on site for that time. They're paying for us to research and get them that information. We can. But what happens when you're on a warranty call and the manufacturer flat out says, "We're not paying you to wait on hold"? Well, then why would I wait? I gotta leave. And I'm gonna have to have a serious talk with our guys, like and look at these agreements, because if that's the case, listen. I can't stress this enough. It's 2021. Almost 22. It ain't 99 anymore. All the old ways and old things they don't exist anymore. They're gone. We need to have new, better conversations. It's going to make the industry better. It's going to make the customer experience better. If we jump over that line of what was to what is, it's going to make it all better. I guarantee it. Because there's a lot of people out here, and you're seeing from the comments that are just, they're at their wits' end with a lot of this stuff, of the service company being treated like they're the bottom of the barrel when they're the top. And that's another one of the things the guys are saying. And we should share what the technicians are saying. These are guys that have been at this for 20 years or more. You could sell as many of these pieces of equipment. You could sell as many of those and as many of those. If you got nobody who knows how to install it, service it, and maintain it, you're screwed. That's the bottom line. And you can go down the road. They would let them call Joe the plumber or Tim the electrician, who have no clue about any of this stuff, because we come behind those guys and fix their messes every day of the week. Every day of the week. So you're going to get lackluster service from people that don't know what they're doing. It's going to be a mess. We need to start looking at the next. What's next? There's a lot of comments.
I absolutely love this comment, and I'm going to keep it up here. I got 99 problems, and on hold is one of them. I think that's going to be.
That's a t-shirt.
So you got Taz saying, "Oh, parts and tech support in the same fired up. Jesus, where's my blood pressure medicine?"
These are the things we deal with every day, right? It's tough.
Dylan also says, "I feel a bit of hypertension coming on."
Yeah, and listen, again, I'm trying not to speak out of turn and be disrespectful or rude, because I also want to say this. Like I said, even though stuff like this was happening pre-pandemic, we're all feeling the struggle right now, and I know manufacturers are up against it. I know it. I get that. I'm not. I'm again. This is not. This is not. Not looking to be disrespectful or bash or be rude or any of that. Um, I even there was a manufacturer, someone from a manufacturer that jumped in the post yesterday that I put up that was gaining some traction. I won't name any names. He's on my LinkedIn, but he says, "We are shorthanded just like everyone else in trying to hire. I hate that you guys are holding. We recently improved our phone system to where you can get a call back and not have to wait, but we are also human and have lives after 5. So those calls will not get a call back until the next day. After 250 plus calls, we are ready for a break. I'm also glad that our website has a lot of valuable information. I also feel this. I was on hold with Lowe's for 3 hours the other day with an account issue and never got an answer. The phone was just on hold lying on the desk. But still, everyone from all industries is suffering right now."
That is the truth.
And it's true. So this is not pointing fingers at people or companies or anybody. This is just a legitimate problem in the service side of the industry right now, and there's solutions, but you don't get the solutions unless you air them out. You got to air things out. You got to talk about them. You got to figure things out, and hopefully open up conversations that are going to be impactful to create the change. So,
Dylan says,
Dylan,
we have an in-house digital support system provided by techs who have moved from the field to the office, as well as techs who are still in the field but in slow areas who have time to help support each other. That's awesome, Dylan.
not bad. I like that.
And let's see.
Adam?
Adam says, I can think of one manufacturer call in for support, get it diagnosed, sent to warranty for documentation, then to parts to get parts ordered.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to bend over and read it. So I can think of one manufacturer calling in for support, get it diagnosed, send to warranty for documentation, and then to parts, get parts ordered. Yeah, so I guess you're all in one circle, done. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be nice to have something like that. But again, we're not ordering parts from the manufacturer. We're ordering from distributors. So that's the other thing. But this is a very long, big conversation that nothing's going to be solved right now. But opening the door to these conversations, I think, is what we do at Fired Up. And I'm all about trying to figure out the solutions to this stuff. I'm happy to be in the front of it. And I think, again, as we look at Fed, the Fed Group, Food Equipment Digital Disruptors, I think there's going to be a lot that we're going to be able to begin to change and solve through that network. And the community is building and growing, almost 1,000 over on Facebook. And when we put that membership out, there's going to be some things that we're going to offer that are going to bring value. And this is definitely something we have to start to think about utilizing each other.
Yeah.
Utilizing each other. If I have 20 technicians on the road and someone else has 30 and someone else has 50 and someone else has 6 and someone else has 9, we have tech support right in our backyards. And listen, our guys give tech support to each other, because some guy, one tech might say, hey, listen, I'm really good on these combis and I'm not really that good on these combis. So this guy's going to call this guy all day long. Oh yeah, did you check that? Oh, let me go check. Okay, cool. They're helping each other every day like that. We do that for customers from time to time. People will call up and I'll conference over a technician. Geraldine is doing that. Hey, listen, Sarah, hold on 1 second. Let me see if we can't get you some help before we dispatch a technician. We'll conference a technician in. Sarah, did you check this, and this? Okay. All right, now we're going to get your service call. So we're doing some tech support like that in-house for our customers. And I wonder what that would look like if we were able to put something in place together where we like through the chat, through these tickets, through phone support, through different avenues, and utilize technology to be able to support each other. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.
Capturing those common symptoms is another thing for the database.
Yeah, we're gonna, and this would be something where we would sit down, jump on a Zoom, talk with a technician from this company, from this company, from this company, and we would love to talk, I mean, even with the manufacturer, to come up with a nice database that we're going to put behind this membership. Man, someone's going to steal this. It's going to be stolen. Listen,
just say it
first,
now. It's copywritten.
It's copywritten. We're doing this, but listen, we just got to be first to market.
And Jason says common issues is huge for manufacturers to build better. So yeah, starting with that database.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get rid of weekends from now on. I can't have a weekend anymore. This is gonna have to be dedicated to my weekends for the next 3 years. I will no longer have a weekend. I'm going 7 days a week hard.
Oh boy,
it's the only way to do it. Man, this is an enlightening live, I think.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, we're not gonna, belabor the point. We opened up the doors to the conversation. If you're a manufacturer, if you're working at a manufacturer, if you're another service company, if you're a rep or a dealer, wherever you sit in the industry, if you have any thoughts on this, any viewpoints on this, please reach out to us. We would love to get you on a live, and it's nice to have the others, other people bring their perspectives into this, because it can't just be me. And obviously it's not just me. I mean, there's plenty of people here giving their time and thoughts to this, which is very much appreciated. But maybe getting someone live with me to really go back and forth and maybe make some sense of it all and try to figure out how we can make it better. Because we don't want to talk about 2 years from now. I mean, we want to do something about it now, because we can't have these guys sitting around. These guys are high paid. I talk about it all the time. These guys are so highly paid. The benefits, everything that goes into a service company goes into that labor cost. And if we're just sitting there, we're wasting time. Our time is our money. That's how we support our family. That's how we pay our bills. So that time is very highly valued in the service business by me. I'm making sure that we're getting paid for these calls. That's my biggest job. If we are not getting paid for the time that these guys are in that field, we are screwed for the long haul. It's got to change. We can't do things for free. It can't happen anymore. We can't just swing guys in. We can't just hang out for a little bit. When we get there, you're on the clock. If you don't want to pay, cool. I'll pack up the bag and I'll leave. And then we could do tech support or whatever support that these guys need 2 days from now, 3 days from now. Where's this? How does that benefit anybody? It's a loss of greater value. There's more than just monetary loss. Now we're looking at a customer that's looking at all of us going, but listen, I have an obligation to this company first. That's how every service company owner, manager, whatever you want to call it. We work for our company first. If we don't take care of our company first, we won't be here. That's number one. So that's how I have to approach this. But I'm also not looking to be the dictator. We can't be it can't be a dictator on either side. We have to figure this out together. And I think we can. And I think I'm telling you, if we get over this hill of what was, and this is the way it always been, to what is and what has to be, it's going to change the service game forever, for the better.
So Jason said the floodgates are opening.
Floodgates are opening, my friend.
And Taz adds, stolen or not, it won't be fed. Meaning, putting these things out there. Rich needs an intern. No, Rich needs an entourage.
I need something here.
And my dude, Jeff, he says the issue today is not just manpower to facilitate tech support. We all missed out on 18 months of potential training, and that is coming to the forefront. A huge topic for years now is training, but the recent loss due to zero training is going to continue to falter the industry.
Well, there's another topic. because when you talk about the training, you know, I do think that obviously training is very important. Obviously, especially with some of this new equipment that's going out there. We couldn't get guys in person, and listen, I know that there's value in um, virtual trainings. There is value in it. It just will never replace the on hands training. Um, and I'll just shout out to Revent for kudos to them for putting the in house training together, in person training. A lot of my guys said it was some of the best training they ever had. So shout out to Brian Golden and Tom Schiller down at Revent for putting on some really great in house training for these guys. Valuable. If you haven't been down there, and you're a certified company, I definitely recommend you send your guys. Um, so aside from that, though, yeah, I mean, in-house training. I mean, it's going to come back. I mean, we're already seeing some of the things opening up, and I will put it out there that my facility here, my facility in New York, is wide open if you want to utilize our facilities to train in the market. My doors are open to anyone who wants to come in. New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania. We're in that area. It's all drivable. You're welcome to come and use the facilities. Any manufacturer that wants to train, wide open.
Taz says that's enough topics for a Friday. Y'all gonna make me head to the alcohol early.
Yeah, no, I think we're done. It was a good one. I appreciate everybody's input and everybody's time on it. We're gonna keep talking about a lot of these hot topics, and head on over to the Fed Group. You can go to thefedgroup.com. You can find the group from there. You can go to Facebook, type in the Fed Group, FEDD, join it. If you're already there and you know someone should be there and they're not, get them in there, invite them the hell in. Let's go. And we're going to keep rolling through the year. Calendar page is going to keep ripping off.
We still have more comments.
We got some more stuff coming in.
These are good ones.
Let's hear them.
I'll bring in Jeff's first because it's related to what we're just talking about. Bottom line is training reduces manufacturer tech support, increases intercompany tech support, which rises all tides.
Facts.
And then Jason says virtual training will help smaller volume manufacturers to get service techs trained with limited time and money on both ends.
Absolutely. I'm with it.
And this is I'm saving the best for last here because I
go.
like this comment. Kitchen design here, enlightening for those of us drawing the squiggly lines on a PC screen. Us designers need to be a part of this conversation because vendor choices has such a huge incidence on the life cycle of customers. I see this divide between us when we are all in the same wheel together. Keep it up.
Interesting. And that's a piece of the industry, right? That's so important that I don't want to say it's often forgot about. It's just that we don't deal with, right? As service. By the time you guys are doing these projects long before we get there, and you're a big reason that they happen. Quite honestly, right? I mean, you're speccing this stuff. I mean, you're drawing it, like you said. You're doing the squiggly lines. You're making, we are here. We're at the very last end. It's like the equipment's on site. We're getting ready to, it's here in the building. We're delivering. We're installing it. So, and that's interesting perspective from what manufacturers to spec. Again, this is very touchy, things here because I represent a lot of manufacturers proudly, happily, and it's a tough conversation as far as that goes. But yeah, I mean, that's man. See, this is why we got to get different perspectives. If we got it,
we got Dealer here too.
If we get Eric on the line with us one day,
Dealer helps set the expectations. We need to work together.
Yes, Eugene for sure, man. And Eugene's here in this market with us. So, he's a singer, M. Tucker. And, that's the other big piece of the puzzle that the dealers and the reps have a big task before we get there as well. And this is a whole other topic of conversation too.
Everyone's fired up on this Friday.
Fired up on a Friday. There's a whole other topic of conversation. And I don't want to get into another topic, but I saw this happen in New York this week when you have, GCs, on site, doing the build outs, and there's a startup that comes through for a manufacturer for some fryers, and cool. All right, so we say, hey, are the hoods working? Is the unit installed? Is there oil on site? Gas, electric, everything? It's all hooked up. It's installed. Because when we get called for startup, that means all that has to be there and done. Okay. GC goes, yeah, no problem. Okay, just to let you know, sir, if it's not ready like you're saying, there's going to be a charge to you or the customer, however you want to work it. We need a credit card before we come. Okay, no problem. We get there. There's no fryers. Nothing's installed. The hoods were there. Maybe the gas and electric was in place, but there were no fryers to start up. Do you know how many times that all these hot rushes happen that we drive to site and this ain't ready and that ain't there? This is like, I'm talking, this equates into thousands and thousands of dollars to somebody's pockets every year. Like in the past, it'd be like, I guess we kind of ate it. We didn't charge anyone no more. Like, we have things in place now. Like, if we go and if this install site ain't ready, if this site survey site ain't ready, if this startup site ain't ready, someone's getting billed for me driving my 6-figure technician to site. I mean, that's, so there's got to be, this is another topic of conversation. This is another whole other topic of conversation. But it would behoove us all to work closer together and understand both sides of the fence. Like, I know, like, dealers and reps, they got pressure from whoever they're getting pressure from, right? The customer, the end user, whoever. Maybe there's, I know a lot of times there's like the Board of Health is coming in or someone's coming in to check sites and they had to pass inspections and different, whatever it might be. All these things are in play. But see, as on our side, we only make money, again, by selling time in these situations. So my time has to be well spent. And if it's not, someone's got to be accountable for that. And this is where these conversations get really freaking hard. So we got to slow down sometimes. Got to listen to the service company. We're doing this every single day with dozens and dozens of different manufacturers where we're getting thrown into the fire, thrown into flames. Hurry. So I can go collect my $75 for some startup where I'm losing 30%, and I could have been down the road making 30%. That's why we got to slow down.
I'm going to have to slow you down. You're driving people crazy here. You got Taz drinking already.
I want to drink. Let's go. Meet me at Laco's tonight.
So many topics.
So many things.
Eugene said, why can't my customer get Combi installs next day? Tell them.
Eugene, I mean, me and Eugene work on this. We talked about this together over the years. It's just not feasible. And there was another instance with a rep group and another smaller dealer, Eugene, that there's all these little play on words and they're trying to twist things and they try to make things because they're trying to make things happen, right? And I get that, but we went and did a site survey at 10 a.m. or something like that, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. on one morning, and the site wasn't ready, but yet you could still do the install. So if the site's, okay, listen, I'm getting all worked up here. I got to find my words and choose them wisely. They were assuming that if the site's ready, after this is all done, the site's ready. Okay, cool, it's ready. Okay, so now we're going to do the install right after it. No, I sent one guy to do a site survey for a double stack combi oven. We're not doing it. Somebody tell me if they've ever done a site survey at 9 a.m. and the install at 10 a.m. Somebody in the service, somebody tell me that that's happened. If that's happened, I'm going to try and make it happen next time. Because I don't know how that happens when you have guys scheduled out for weeks in advance. You have 467 calls in front of you. How is it possible that I do a site survey at 9 and the install happens at 9:30? And then this guy's calling here going, well, your dispatch said that if the site was ready, you guys could do the install. Yeah, if the site's ready, we could do the install. Not 8 minutes later. Now the site's ready. Awesome. Now we could do the install. We're going to schedule it. We're going to do it next week on this day and this time. There's such like a disconnect on what we actually do here sometimes. These men, first of all, are not machines. They have families. They have to sleep. And on top of that, If you look at my schedule, I wish I could share my schedule for the world to see, but I invite you in the building anytime you want to come and look. There's literally 25 to 30 calls under every technician's name at any given time. Unassigned calls, warranty calls, refrigeration calls, emergency calls, planned maintenance lists. There's a million and one things going on. And everybody wants right now, Lisa. Do you know how I would love to do right now for everybody? You want to know why?
Why? Because
that means more money. We're turning, it's like a restaurant's turning tables. They're trying to turn as many tables as they can. They look at me and you walk in for lunch or something, and they're like, okay. Any good manager is going to be like, okay, we got to get them in. 15 minutes appetizer, 25 minutes thing. We got to turn that table because we got to get more people in that seat because each seat equates to 10,000 a year or 15,000 a year. We're doing the same thing with service calls. I wish I can get to service calls every single day. I need more technicians. I need more technicians. That's what we need.
I need a water gun for you today.
I'm out of control here, Lisa.
Quentin says Rich needs some Tylenol in a walk-in cooler. That's. I think you do need to take. You got a fever today. Friday fever.
I don't know what's going on here. Listen, this might go down as a very epic fired up live.
I know what you're doing. Since I'm not here next week, you're getting it all out now.
That's true. That's true. I might have to go rogue on you.
I think you will. I know you will.
I'll probably go rogue once or twice. Figure that out. All right, listen. I'm taking this one down because I gotta go rest. I don't know. Actually, I got a meeting coming.
Well, say goodbye to the folks before you look up your meeting.
Oh, look at this. I'm one of my texts. Okay. We're getting out of here. Lisa is going on vacation next week.
Yeah, I'm just road tripping to Florida. No big deal.
Road tripping to Florida. Well, enjoy yourself. Enjoy your time. Savor every moment.
I will. Thank you.
It's very important. And yeah, I guess that's it for the week. Another week in the books. Working our way to Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's November. My favorite time of year. I look outside. I look at the leaves changing. They're falling. Beautiful. Fall foliage. Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I love this industry. I love you all, and I'm just excited for what's to come. I'm excited for change. I'm excited to create change. I'm excited to bring new things to the table, and I guess I'm a disruptor. I don't know.
It's enough disruption for.
It's enough disruption for one day, and yeah. So go off into the weekend, enjoy it, have a beautiful, beautiful weekend with your family, friends, whatever you're doing. I hope you enjoy it all. I'll see you guys on the next Fired Up Live. Stay well.